Hi, and welcome to this demo of booting up 2500 VDI machine on XtremIO 4.0. So what you can see here is an XtremIO single 10 terabyte X brick running the latest XIOS 4.0 release that we've just announced. As you can see, it doesn't do too much. That's because all the VDI VMs that are running on it are pretty much off apart from a single one. If you hover to Horizon View, we can also see that that is indeed the case. Only one VM is actually up and running. So what we're going to do now is actually select all the VMs and power them all up at the same time. Also have DRS up and running. And then we're going to monitor the load using the free stopwatch utility to examine how long did it took to boot up all the VDI VMs. I will start the stopwatch utility. Basically, once DRS will finish with its calculation, it doesn't do any load at the moment. It doesn't actually power up any VM yet. That's why the stopwatch utility is still off. The moment that it will start booting up the VMs, I will also start it here. And then, of course, we can also see the storage load. Okay, the VMs are starting to boot, so we'll start the stopwatch utility. If we go back to storage, we will monitor and see the diops are indeed climbing, which is, of course, expected. So we're going to give it a couple of minutes to see the progress of the VDI VM's availability state. Diops are indeed climbing up and up and up. At the peak, it will be around 150 or 60,000 IOPS. Okay, let's view the load on the storage. So after almost 4 minutes, we can see it we're around 120,000 IOPS. And in terms of the VDI VMs that are ready to be available, we have around 650 VMs that are ready to be available, actually 700 by now. After 5 minutes, we have around 1,270 VMs, which are partly half of the total VMs that we are going to boot. After 7 minutes, we have around 2,274 VMs. Almost all of them are actually by now up and running. We have a total of 2,500 VDI VMs. Really, the bulk of them will be VMs that still need to have their view agent boot up or restart, or maybe it's a bit stalled. Really, from a storage perspective, the bulk of the VMs are already up and running after 7 minutes and 30 seconds. After 8 minutes and 30 seconds, we have 2,410 VMs out of the 2,500 VDI VMs. And we can again view the storage load here. We can see that that's it. We are already behind the peak of the boot storm, which is, of course, can be seen by the downfall of this hill. If we again refresh the screen here, we'll be able to see more and more VMs. As I said before, those VMs basically are the last VMs that still need to have their view agent started up and reporting back to the Horizon Connection Manager. But from a storage perspective, the bulk of the load is already behind us. And after 9 minutes and 40 seconds, pretty much all of them are now up and running. And that's about it. After 10 minutes and 30 seconds, all the VMs are ready and available for VDI users to connect to them. And again, as we can see from the storage load, we can pretty much summarize it via this hill that we can see, then slowly the climb, and then basically many VMs that will probably restart their VDI agent just in order to make themselves available after they were actually powered up against the storage array itself. Thank you very much for watching.